Wait, Pat, you're not a cokehead, are you?
No. I don't know what he's talking about. As far
They
as
say
texting
you're
somebody, John.
addicted to Adderall, right? You can confidently say that.
I take it. Yeah, I'm prescribed it. But here's the thing about it.
Oh no, you're supposed to go. No, I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like
You
I
don't even
could
know how
say
this
that.
game is played, Pat. You
I'm
just
not
lie
ashamed
right
of
through your
this.
fucking teeth.
I don't even know how to open a bottle when it comes in.
Yeah, hey, my kid's got to open it for me.
Yeah,
childproof. You know what I mean? Her.
Hey, there must be a child. I can't open this fucking thing.
But people are always saying, "Oh, man, it's 98% the same as meth and all that kind of shit." You know that Adderall is, but you know what? A chimp is 98% a fucking human. You know, so they share the same genetic shit too.
Wait, what are you saying? I don't understand what you're
So we
saying.
can fuck a chimp?
Yeah,
you're
you can fuck
saying
chimps. It's okay to fuck chimps.
Anyway, Landau fucking this guy, I don't even know, man. I don't even know what to think. But somebody sent me an email and basically broke it down. Crowder, first of all, Crowder had a yellow light in the studio. When the light was on, Dave was to shut up. It was controlled by Crowder. Dave was told by the showrunner that during riffing, Dave was supposed to let Crowder be funnier and get the last joke. That Dave and Crowder told the tour was successful, but then Dave's agent went behind Dave's back and signed Crowder. Sounds like Dave stayed with that agent for a while after. Crowder acted as if he owned Dave. At one point, he said to Dave Landau on the phone, "I own you."
Wow.
Crowder said that to Dave Landau, "I own you." And then a year later, Landau's like, "I'm done here." No, he said that like Super Bowl Sunday 2022. And then I guess, and they just broke up, I guess, at the end of this year. So, we all kind of worked at these places, but and there was another thing he told him, maybe that was the major thing. He said he owned them, and then they toured together.
But is Crowder a comedian?
No, so he's one of those guys. He's like I shouldn't really say this because Pat works for him, but he's like Gavin. He's a comedian like Gavin McGinnis is a comedian. I remember they used to call Gavin McGinnis a comedian, but he's not a comedian. You can call him what he is, but he's not a comedian. He doesn't
closeted gay guy.
He does stand up. He never did stand up. I mean, Crowder probably said he did stand up, but he's not a stand up. He's a provocateur, whatever fucking thing they call these guys. And now, thanks to these platforms and podcasts, you can become well known without. Anyway, it's just hearing about this. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, "Well, there's your fucking shitty karma coming at you." I mean, fucking Landau left Cumia basically in the middle of the night, and Crowder basically snatched him away without, he never tipped off Cumia like, I might be trying to get Landau. So it was all very like clandestine, however you say the fucking word. So now I'm like, I couldn't be happier for some reason. Like I actually felt sorry for Landau watching it.
Yeah.
But Landau's such a he's such a I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what the word is now, but he was basically, he said at the beginning, it's like a shitty relationship. Like at the beginning, Michael Mouse is like, at the beginning it was fine, but then within a year it was just fucking garbage. And it just seemed like Landau put up with a lot of it because he wanted to sell tickets. And because Crowder, has a bigger, he's on YouTube and whatever, so he would sell tickets, but he ended up eating all kinds of shit, and then supposedly had to like sue Crowder to get out of the contract. So I watched like half of it, and then I ran out of time. But this guy sent me email with cliff notes, so I was like, It just seemed like a real fucking, you know, and Crowder's one of these guys that thinks, you know, he thinks he should have his own fucking cult. And I guess he does. That fucking Mug Club, which is the most piazza fucking thing anyone's ever thought of. Like,
Is that like hitting somebody in the shitter?
No, you give a guy $50 and then he gives you a mug and then you're in the Mug Club. And it's like, I mean, I'd rather be out of the business than have a fucking Mug Club. So, I'm listen, I don't even know what to say about it other than, I guess these, you know, I mean, listen, if I would think Crowder's one of those guys that you just right away, you just get a sense that this guy's a fucking creepy dude. Like he's an egomaniac, a creepy dude. And anyway, go ahead, caller.
Well,
the Brennan Network.
They never did do stand-up, Steven Crowder, that I know of. But Gavin did stand-up a time or two. He did it at the Stand one time. He took his
but everyone's done it a time or two. I'm saying that they, you know, just because they did stand-up a couple of times doesn't make them a stand-up.
No, not at all. Not at all. In fact, he took his dick out, man. I mean, like while he was on stage, he left it out for a while.
Who, Gavin?
Yeah.
Because nobody noticed it. It was so small. Why would he leave it out?
No, because he thought that like he had some kind of like it's okay to do that if you're on stage.
Because he's a shock jock. He's a shock jock. So his whole thing is I'm going to do whatever I want because I don't have to play by the rules. I'm not a real comedian. I don't care if the club has me back. And so that's what you get. But I remember when I first started working at Compound, you know, I said to Keith, let's put on a show. Let's do a show. And Keith was like, well, we got to put Gavin on the show. I'm like, no, Gavin's not a comedian. And he goes, and I said, plus we were doing it at Governor's. I said, you know, the guy, James from Governor's is not going to want to have fucking people that was in Gavin, all these protesters.
Yeah.
I said, he's not going to want to have protesters outside his club. And Keith was like, we'll shove it down his fucking throat. I was like, what? I mean, he was even talking like Gavin. I'm like, shove what down whose throat? It's like, we're trying to do a fucking comedy show, you idiot.
It doesn't sound like Keith.
Yeah, and then they finally were like, oh yeah, we'll do it without him. And I'm like, because I was not gonna be involved with any fucking show with Gavin doing stand-up, because then it was just like, then that's that fucking right wing stuff. And Keith, Pat Dixon's fine with that right wing stuff, but I wanted nothing to do with like you know, hey, I'm a right wing guy now too. I'm associated with Gavin McInnes. Like, no, thank you. So, but these guys are like, yeah, I'm a comic. I went on the stand. I pulled my dick out. Like, that don't make you a comic.
Well, and Crowder's definitely not a comic. I mean, like he does something else, but I mean, he may be able to talk from a stage and stuff like that, but never put in the time, tried to build an act, tried to like write a joke, anything like that.
Yeah, I guess maybe like in the old days he was like, I guess he did some stand up, but you know, but the fact that he's like bullying fucking Landau around, and it's like,
well, that's Landau good that he left, man. But he left, you know, he stayed until he had to, and he fucking left, and now he'll just do what he wants to do. I mean, he got a good following out of that, and he was.
Yeah, but then they bail. They bail. Like once you're not there, they bail. So
well, yeah,
I mean,
people are iffy, you know, fans, but you never.
No, because then I think that's why he went on Michael Mouse to tell his side of the story, because he didn't want to. You know, he didn't want, because you know, you don't really know what's going on. You just know he wasn't on the new show. But even Landau was saying on the Michael Mouse thing, he's like, yeah, he's doing great on Rumble without me. And he goes, I know I would. I know he would. So some fans are going to still support Landau, I guess. But for the most part, they kind of just bail. They just kind of like, yeah, we're going to, you know, once you're on the show, out of sight, out of mind kind of a thing.
Yeah. They're with the show, not you.
Yeah, they'll stay with you somewhat, but it's like, it wasn't quite as extreme as Jackie the Joke Man. But when Jackie Joke Man's like, I'm leaving the show, and then they'll still, it's like, they're not going to fucking follow you. So they like when you're part of the show, and then once you leave the show, then you're like deserted the fucking, even if you were in a shitty situation.
Yeah.
they still want you to stick it out because if they like you on the show, they want you to stick it out. So,
But it's the way you leave too. You know what I mean? And I think Dave left pretty good. You know, he just said I'm no longer. He put up a post about no longer being involved with it. You know. He
yeah,
won't
but
be
I'm not a
coming back.
Landau fan, so I'm saying
Yeah.
he left Compound like in a sneaky fashion, and then so it like I'm not saying he had it coming,
Mhm.
but you know this whole fucking listen, man. If you watch fucking Louder with Crowder, you can tell he's one of these guys that he thinks he wants. You know, he's one of those guys that like he wants everybody to think he's the greatest guy. You know, the people that work for him, he wants them to think he's like hilarious and amazing, and they kind of like enable him. But the reality is he's not that. He's just a guy who likes to fucking hear himself talk, and he's got a lot of opinions. And then he goes right wing, and he's like, "Hey, I'm right wing, everybody. I'm anti-establishment." But then Landau couldn't say "come" on his show.
He couldn't.
No, so Bob, you couldn't do that show either because that's your favorite word.
I open with that. I need that.
So yeah, not to be a fucking Crowder, but what's going on, Pat? Can you talk about anything?
Not really. No.
All right, take
All right,
care.
well,
Thanks for coming by.
on.
Yeah, no, I can talk about Crowder though. I can talk about whoever. What I'm wondering is that if now that I wonder if Zumock is still selling as many tickets as he was now that he's not on the show.
Yeah, hold on. Let me read this. The Brennan Network, great ideas the other day, KB. Keep them coming. The Brennan Network. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, and the funny thing was Chad was like hitching his wagon to fucking he was hitching his wagon to Landau. You know, he kept telling me, he was always telling me like Landau's killing it. He's on a plane with Crowder. They're touring together. So I guess they did tour together, but Crowder is such a fucking baby that I don't even know this guy, but I guess Landau tours with this guy who's like really autistic. Like, I'm not saying really autistic, I'm saying he's genuinely autistic. And fucking Crowder was like threatened by the guy because the guy would kill. And that's what it started. Landau was doing a special, and Crowder said, well, why don't I jump on the special and you know, I want to get back into stand-up. Let me be on it. So then they end up doing 2 shows, and the guy, I forgot the guy's name, but the opening act for Landau would get a standing ovation. You know,
Wow.
probably partly because he's autistic. You know, when he fucking finishes his whole act, it's like when an autistic guy like finishes his sandwich, you want to give him a fucking standing ovation. So maybe it's one of those situations.
That's not right, but you shouldn't be fucking clapping for people just because they're fucking handicapped. You got to be able to do the
Bob.
job. No,
yeah.
you got to be able to do the job. You
No,
can't
but let's say he
thing.
did good. No, let's say, I mean, that's what America's Got Talent was all. I mean, America's what's that show?
America's Got
Last
Talent,
Comic Standing. Everybody
yeah,
had a everybody came out with a fucking crazy arm, you know. So
Todd Lynn.
So anyway, Crowder was threatened by this guy. I mean, people could probably find out who it is easy enough. People are probably saying in the chat, Crowder was threatened by this guy, and then and also Crowder. I mean, the more I read, the more I watch, the more I was just laughing. Like Crowder, Landau would try to get out of town because he was selling some tickets, so he'd try to get out of town to do Friday and Saturday. And then, but Crowder would go, "You can't. I'm not going to work Friday, but you have to." And Crowder had nowhere to go, so he's basically fucking Landau, and Landau's like, "Wait," and then so he would tell Landau, "You got to work Friday," and then Landau would get there, and Crowder wouldn't be there, and I guess they wouldn't even go on air, and Crowder and Landau would have to just write sketches. I'm like, what the fuck?
Christ.
I mean, that's like when I hear this, I was just like,
it's a cult.
Man,
it sounds like a cult almost.
No, it's a mug club, Bob. It's a mug club. So you got to be part of the mug club. But any of these motherfuckers, they all want you to fucking kiss their ass. They all want you to think like they all want you to think like they're the greatest thing. And then, but when a motherfucker tells you he owns you on Super Bowl Sunday, yelling at you on the phone, where you're having a Super Bowl party, he's yelling, "I own you." It's
That's the
like,
dip.
what? You're a man telling another man, I own you? I
It
mean,
hasn't
Louis
been said in
C.K. did
years.
that to me one time, but not on Super Bowl Sunday. Come on.
No.
I mean, I own you? Another man to another man. It's like, what?
He wanted me to film a special.
Okay.
And
What kind of like a
I'm
special
sorry, he
episode?
didn't. I wanted to.
You wanted to film a special, okay. Yeah.
Stand-up comedy. So I had decided I was going to buy the equipment and film the special in Dallas. And we were selling out this theater. And he decided he wanted to get back into stand-up, which he had done when he was younger.
Okay.
And he had just been a host since then. So he said, hey, can I jump on and open it and I'll help promote it? And you can help me maybe write some of my stuff, get me back into it, and I'll help promote it. And I said, sure, of course. So we ended up selling out 2 shows, obviously, instead of just one, because he was helping promote it and he's a draw. So we went there and Matt McClowery was the opener.
He's been on this show as well. People can look back. Yep.
Oh,
Autistic, literally autistic comedian Matt McClowery. Very funny.
Literally autistic, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the real deal. And he went up and got a standing ovation after Steven, and Steven kind of saw we were friends. And after that, I pulled Steven aside, and Steven couldn't do the Monday show, and I said, could Matt come in and co-host with me? He said, yeah. So now it's Super Bowl Sunday. The whole special went great. I paid everybody to film it except for one other person, Tim, who was there to film Steven's set. And I was very looking forward to the special coming out. And Sunday had rolled around, and I get a call from the showrunner that said Matt's not allowed to do the show.
How did they tell you? Like literally what they say?
Via text, it was just Matt's not allowed. Matt can. It's been like decided, something like that. Matt, I can find the text.
But the word is allowed. It's not like we don't have time or won't fit the schedule. The word was
correct.
allowed.
Matt's
or
not allowed
permitted
to
or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, to do the show on Monday.
Was there any explanation at all?
No.
Okay.
So I said, that's odd. I already asked Steven, and he said it was okay.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, that's weird. I must have gotten mixed messages. So I just texted Steven and said, hey, I just talked to the showrunner. I just want to make sure it's still cool that Matt comes in. And he texted me something back along the lines of, what's done is done.
Oh, so he just says what's done is done.
Yeah, and I said, what does that mean? It's your show, which is ironic. That's what he said. And my phone rings, and I don't want to go greatly into the conversation between us, but it was. He's like, do you still want to be on Powder with Crowder? And I said, not at the moment. And he starts going off on me, and now there's a ton of people in my apartment who can hear it.
Wait, he's literally raising his voice?
He's screaming at me.
Okay, so literally raising his voice, not just being stern, like to the point where it's audible.
It's audible, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, it's started stern, but then it got into telling me that he owns me, and
in those words.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He owns me, and started stern, but then it got into telling me that he owns me, and
in those words.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He owns me, and once you say
it, you must have been on clearance. I mean, no one.
I was on sale, baby.
Neither of us can even reach the top shelf, let alone sit on it.
No. It's. I was in a basket with a bunch of balls. He. I was in a looted Walmart. Yeah. It was venomous, and I don't know what he was going through at that point, and I just was like, dude, it was all this projection coming at me.
Wait,
it's hard to take that as a
Chad's
compliment.
show just watching your show now? Yeah, I think so. That won't last very long. I heard Chad's drunk, and so we should watch Chad watch us, because if Chad's drunk, there's going to be a fire in his apartment, because when Chad gets drunk, he usually lets the stove on too long, and so fingers crossed, everybody. Let's hope for a fire, and please send him some coleslaw or something. Kev, could you just block Chad on YouTube so he can watch your show?
So he can't watch your show.
No, I don't think he can do that. Wait, what are you saying, Kev? You should block Chad on YouTube. I don't think we can block anybody from watching it, so he can't watch your show. He'll go nuts. Bob is gorgeous. Bob does look good today.
I do.
Yeah, Andy, we can't block him from watching our thing, right?
He actually is blocked already. So if he's watching it, it's because he might be doing it from a burner account or something like that. But he actually is blocked. I just checked when I saw
Chad,
that
I own
comment.
you. I own you, Chad. I own you.
It's started stern, but then it got into telling me that he owns me, and
In those words?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He owns me, and
Hitching your wagon to Dave Landau. How'd that work out? I promised Bob I wouldn't talk about him.
Well, it's just like, you know what
No,
I mean?
if it's in the chat, Bob, what can I do?
No, I know, but I'm just saying, do a show and it's just everything goes away. You know what I mean?
No, we're doing a show. We're doing a show.
That's what it is.
We're
We got
doing a
topics.
show.
What about the heat today? Wasn't it kind of humid out there?
It was a little humid, but anyway, I own all you motherfuckers. I own all you. But Pat, what if a guy? But he said he was like laughing, and that made him even more mad.
started stern, but then it got into telling me that he owns me, and
In those words?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. He owns me, and
Then it got him even more mad, because when the guy said he owned you, and Landau was actually at a Super Bowl party, at his own Super Bowl party. So then I guess he laughed because out of awkwardness, and then Crowder said to Landau, "That's why you have no friends." And Landau was like, my house is filled with friends here from my Super Bowl party." And that's why you just got to go like, man, yeah, I guess you still got to. And then I'm to the part now, and it's like watching Roots, but I'm to the part now where Mike Miles goes, "What happened when you saw him the next time? Like the next time you saw him after he flipped out on you Super Bowl Sunday?" He said Crowder was like weird, but he said he blamed it on Landau, of course. It's like any cult leader, it's the same MO. It's always everybody's fault. You gotta know how to kiss their ass. You gotta think they're the greatest. Even you watch any of these cult documentaries, it's the same fucking MO. Where they want you to fucking just constantly bow down to them, and if they do something fucked up, you got to pretend it's your fault. So I don't know, man. Show business is not for everybody. I'll say that.
No, definitely not.
Bob Lee for life, Canada, $75. Can't stick around for long today, boys, but I'll catch the rest of the episode on Patreon. Here's some cash as a thank you for great content and to keep up the great chat-free show. Thank you, Bob Lee for life. This guy's an extremely good egg, and we appreciate his
He's
support.
got a new picture of who is that?
That's Chadley, I think,
Get out of here.
with a couple of chins.
Wow.
It's definitely Chad.
So back to Pat, who can't talk about anything. Pat, have a good weekend, everybody. Good to see Pat. Everyone's signing off. Everyone's got shit to do today.
We
got to start at 5. Sorry, we got to start at 5 on Friday. It's just the way it is. And plus it's a more relaxed show anyway. Because shout out Pat Dixon, R.I.P. Fat Dixon. Oh yeah, that's what they were calling Chad, Fat Dixon.
Really?
Yeah, because he was getting fatter. So
But why? How is he like me though? Why fat?
No,
Dixon?
it was just a funny play on words, Fat Dixon.
Oh, just rhymes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because everyone knows you, so instead they just took Pat and made it fat, and we all laughed. What's up with Levy tweeting he hates white people? Jesus Christ, Bob!
I love white people. I'm one of them.
What's not to
Easy.
love?
Easy, OJ.
Oh, that is OJ. So Pat, you're in I was gonna say Casablanca. I don't know why I'm coming up with fucking crazy things in my head today, but interesting topic, KB. Great seeing Pat Dixon on here. Hi, Bob. Seamus McCallahan. Yeah, we should get Michael Malice on here, and I just got to watch the rest of the thing. Listen, man, when you work for somebody, Bob knows this. I mean, we all know this. When you work for somebody, you know, especially like Kumia never pulled that shit, but like when you work for somebody, I mean, like the only time you really, I mean, Kumia, the good thing about Kumia, he was like genuinely funny. So you didn't have to like fake laugh. You know what I mean? Like when I hung out with him at Sullivan's. Sorry, Pat, I'm gonna bring up some things that you might not want to hear. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if that rings a bell. Sullivan's. So when I would hang out with. When I would hang out with Kumi at Sullivan's, like after show, we would drink. But Kumi is always funny, which is such a relief because you didn't have to fucking fake laugh. You know, fake laughing will give you a fucking ulcer. So if your boss like thinks he's funny and then he's not, and it's fucking awkward as fuck.
Who doesn't want to watch Michael Malice and fucking Dave Landau talk?
My old contract is terminated.
Okay, officially.
It's officially terminated as of August 2022.
Terminated.
And my new choice is I have to be there Monday through Friday. I gotta probably look at the stipulations if you want me to pull it up real quick.
Yeah, pull it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's going
Send it
fucking
to you.
full
It's,
bore. Full bore, fuck him. Showing
But
the
it was,
contract and everything.
Pulls up text messages and all that shit.
I love this. This is my whole show today.
And I can even just read it. It says, and this was sent to my agent, and it's like, this is just simply the contract. It was
sent to my
William,
agent.
just need a yes.
Oh, agent.
I agree on all the revised items from Dave, and this is what Jeff showed me at lunch. And it was, once I get with our legal team on the revised contract below, it stays on salary, so no extra money. Moves to Texas, moves his family to Texas by the new year, first week.
Wait,
of
so you are,
January.
I'm sorry, part of your contract, a proposed contract, was that your family has to be moved across state lines,
Correct.
including your kid. You have a
Has
son.
to
How
be
old
You
is
will
your son?
all be kept together in the family camp. Get on the boxcar. You will all be kept together and your possessions will be returned to you when you get to the family camp. Holy shit, move your whole family. Like, Dave is a guy that can absolutely work out of anywhere. He's national guy as far as his stand-up goes, and he was totally fine. His family lived in Detroit, and he would do the show here every day. Like, he lived here. He knew how to do that. On weekends he'd go back. There was no reason to have your whole family pick up and move, but yeah, why would that be a stipulation? But yeah, Matt, do you have anything? I'm going to let you go so you can listen along with us.
I'm going to punch out. It was a great.
No,
call.
I'm kicking you out. I'm kidding, of course. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for bringing this up to our attention.
Right,
later, man. Yeah, sometimes he might chime in. I chime in. It's on the mic flag. The chime in guy. It's his name right there. Roll him.
Okay, so pull him out of school during the school year, and he's coming to Texas. Okay.
Yeah. Dave is here every week unless he notifies us well in advance for a show, just like a doctor's appointment. Can't be gone any more than every third weekend.
No, wait, so let's break this down also. Steven has started touring as a comedian.
Yes.
Steven is no dummy. Steven is very well aware that you and every comic, weekends are when you tour, you hit the road, you make the money. So he is very clearly taking that secondary or even primary, possibly at this point, source of income from you, because you're just going to be sitting
food out of my kid's mouth,
Dallas, for no reason, because it's not like you're doing shows on the weekends with Crowder.
Right, and gone every other third weekends means every 6 weeks.
Okay.
And then writes for show every day.
I'm sorry, I just want to break this down. Was it ever said to you or intimated to you that your touring is affecting somehow your performance or writing for the main show?
Good question, Michael. Good question.
Oh, my writing? No.
Remember, you're under oath.
They felt
Dave.
that I had nodded off a few times, which really only happened maybe once or twice on a
I've done
Monday
that.
because of like a delayed flight.
Okay.
But
okay,
tough shit. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't care.
Tough
Like,
shit.
like Anthony never would have cared. Anthony was so full.
About anything.
Like Anthony would promote my stand-up where I don't even think I would really have to.
Okay.
That's how, even when you look back at the Opie and Anthony days, that's how everybody was making money.
But at the
Ladies
same
and
time,
gentlemen,
it's also
I implore you. I love it. Oh, that was fucking close. Almost capping the gap. Wow. Dave Landau with the propellers, giving me some propellers. I appreciate it. He didn't have to, if he fucking nodded off, it didn't matter to me. I would just go, yeah, the guy's probably fucking tired. He flew in from Detroit. His arms are killing him.
So I would watch some of the stuff with Crowder, and you could see he's trying real hard to be like the funniest guy there and the cleverest guy there. And then everyone wants to be like, hey man, and then everyone does their own. And I hate riffing for the most part, especially when it's about politics. But you can tell like everyone's trying super hard to say what they think Crowder's gonna think is funny. But Crowder just never says anything funny. He wants to be provocative, but he's not funny. Like people are usually funny or not funny. Like no matter how hard they try. If you're not funny, you're not going to get laughs as a on a regular basis.
Right.
Not even at a bar.
Not even at a bar like Sullivan's, a friendly bar where basically nothing bad happens.
Everybody knows your name.
Everybody knows your name, especially after they fucking catch you on video.
Especially when you get banned from the bar and stuff. Yeah.
Are you banned from that bar?
I'm sure I am. I don't know. I never tried going back in.
Hold on, I like to pay my tab. I want to pay my tab.
I went in there one time for Halloween with a Pat Dixon fucking mask on, and they definitely looked at me up and down a couple of times.
I went in there with a newspaper under my arm, and they said, "You get out of here with that stuff."
Too close. You
can't even do that. Interesting time. We already read this. Great seeing Pat Dixon on here. Hi, Bob.
Hey.
Yeah, Crowder's not funny, man. He's not funny at all. He's just not funny. And like he can think through all these, political issues and all that kind of stuff and talk them and say it and shit. And he might have some funny ideas or good ideas, but he's not a funny guy.
Yeah, and that's awkward. That's awkward when a guy's not funny. He's kind of naturally not funny, but you have to constantly pretend that he is funny, and then he always resents the funny guy. It's like if you're a female and you want everyone to think you're pretty, and then somebody who's just more naturally prettier than you, and you're gonna fucking hate her forever. Yeah, like me and Levy.
Look at that.
KB, instead of a mug club, the MLC network should have the Spit Rag Gang. Yeah, it's right here.
You can hang it off your keychain on the back.
Right.
This is amazing.
I actually hang it out my back belt loop when I leave. I mean, people think I'm kidding, but I started it when I had kids because your kids always need their fucking face cleaned off. So I always had my kids called it a butt rag because it was always hanging from the back of my.
That's weird.
pants.
I always used that for when I was dating because women always need their face cleaned.
Wouldn't that be bad if you just always had like a handy wipe for those dirty whores?
Fucking shoot them on the face. Yeah.
Little known fact, Pat stole all my suits after I died. Rodney loves MLC.
I tell you, you know what I mean?
And this guy's all right.
I inherited all the respect that came with him too.
Pat, so you doing any stand-up and what are your plugs? I mean, we're not getting rid of you, but where can they find you?
Censored.tv. I got a new episode every week of the show I used to do over at Compound, New York City Crime Report, and that's censored.tv. And if you want to get a discount, just use the promo code PAT. And then I do some I'll do stand up anytime. I'm doing the May 13th show in Pottstown.
Yeah.
All right.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Pottstown.
And also Kevin's going to be, we'll talk about it after you read this, but Kevin decided to come back on tour and do some comedy.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah.
John Russo, there's Stern, then Cumia, the only two legends of old shock jock radio. KB said to his wife, Cumia makes me laugh. Yeah, Cumia is funnier than you, KB. We'll mention you in the book. Wait, is John Russo the guy writing the book?
Nice.
Is that true?
I have no idea.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, I'm not
cares?
gonna fight. My best friend was Dave Attell for 10 years. Like, you think I can't handle Anthony Cumia? Like, I get used to it. Like hanging around Attell, if you have an ego, good luck. So I always appreciated the fact that Cumia was funny as fuck. I mean, if people think I'm bitter about Cumia being funny, the only thing I said when Landau left, I said Cumia don't need a lot of help. Cumia is like Michael Jordan showing up to play 2-on-2 at any fucking schoolyard, and he grabs some fucking schmo and people are like, oh, Cumia's winning a lot of games. That other guy's great. It's like he doesn't need a lot of help. So I thought Landau was always kind of like not great, even with the Michael Malice thing. A lot of riffing, not a lot of laughing from me, but you know, I mean, I want to just hear what happened. I don't really give a shit about the riffing. So I think people catch on. I think Crowder caught on that Landau. I don't know. I don't even know. But Landau's not hilarious by any stretch. And Cumia
he's no Scottie Pippen. You know,
he's no Scottie Pippen. He's more like a Luke Longley.
I thought he kind of like brought Cumia's game down a little bit, in fact, sometimes, because he was always giving this like real measured, middle of the road opinion, you know, that's like, all right, whatever, you know, it's like.
But so it's always like low tones, and you always had to kind of lean in. Even when you're listening on your phone, you had to lean in. Like, maybe I can hear this guy better. But no, one time I did the show with him, and I think I had done my Monday show, and then I sat, I think I might have sat in with him. That was one of before he got Landau got hired, and then he really didn't talk much. And maybe I was talking too much, but then afterwards, and then when he got the job, I was like, you mean a guy who don't talk a lot? So but again, Showbiz is a funny mistress, and a lot of times things don't make sense.
Yeah.
And that's the way it goes. Joey Holler, cocaine is a hell of a drug. It affects your jaw. Am I right, Pat Dixon? Stay black.
You ever do coke?
Wait, Pat, you're not a cokehead, are you?
No. I don't know what he's talking about. As far
They
as
say
affecting
you're
somebody's jaw.
addicted to Adderall, right? You can confidently say that.
I take it. Yeah, I'm prescribed it. But here's the thing about it.
Oh no, you're supposed to go. No, I have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I
You don't even
could
know how
say
this
that.
game is played, Pat. You
I'm
just
not
lie
ashamed
right
of
through your
this.
fucking teeth.
I don't even know how to open a bottle when it comes in.
Yeah, hey, my kid's got to open it for me.
Yeah,
childproof. You know what I mean? Her.
Hey, there must be a child. I can't open this fucking thing.
But people are always saying, "Oh, man, it's 98% the same as meth and all that kind of shit." You know that Adderall is, but you know what? A chimp is 98% a fucking human. You know, so they share the same genetic shit too.
Wait, what are you saying? I don't understand what you're
So we
saying.
can fuck a chimp?
Yeah,
Wait, you're
you can fuck
saying-
chimps. It's okay to fuck chimps.
But you're saying Adderall is like meth?
No, that's what
Yeah.
a lot of people say that it is. They point out it's 98% the same makeup as meth and shit like that. But I mean, my point being that, like, fuck, you know, a chimp is 98% of a fucking
So
human
even if
being.
it's 98%, that doesn't make it a human.
I would say apparently 2% makes a big fucking difference.
Oh, right.
Mm.
So you take it all the time, or you just take it when you're feeling a little spicy?
Oh, I quit taking it a while back, actually. But I mean, I have taken it.
Oh, you're off of it now?
Yeah, oh, yeah, completely.
Can I see? Is your hand steady, or is it?
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's impressive.
Jeez, looks like you were fingering a ghost. You fuck. Calm down. No, it's you don't need it. Once you get off
Ghost
it,
pussy.
once you get off anything, it takes a little while, and then you're fine. You just got to get over it, you know, for a little while.
I'm just so
Well,
fucking
yeah.
angry right now, man. I just feel like
It's all right. Walk into a bar.
Yeah, something.
Drunk
Somebody's
Shark
getting fucked up.
999. Chad is wasted watching you right now. It's kind of sad, actually. I'm not surprised. Like, we're not supposed to talk about Chad today, but I'm not surprised because Chad is an undisciplined loser, and that's why he can't stick to anything. You know, he was going to not drink for the whole year.
Mhm.
Then he was going to go to the gym. So, you know, he'll get sick of doing this. Chad needs to be the center of attention. The fact that he's watching this is just killing him because he wants everyone to be watching. I don't even know. I know he's only happy when he's being a fucking loser. Like, that's a fact. He's Pinkman. Pinkman was only happy when he was addicted to drugs or just a complete mess. And that's your boy Chad. Next.
Human. you know,
JD
so-
straight shot, $2.
Wait, what are
Z,
you
two
saying? I
old
don't
guys,
Fuck a chimp.
and
Wait,
a
you're
guy
saying
who
Fuck chimps,
punched a
it's okay to
bomb.
fuck chimps.
But you're saying Adderall is like meth?
No,
Yawn.
that's what
Yeah.
a lot of people
Whoa,
say.
whoa,
98% the same makeup as meth and shit like that. But I mean, my point being that, like, fuck, you know, a chimp is 98% of a fucking
So even
human
if
being.
it's 98%,
Hi, Heartless Romantic.
I'd say apparently 2% makes a big fucking difference.
Oh, right.
How
right,
are
right.
you?
So you take it all the time, or you just take it when you're feeling a little spicy?
Where are we
Oh,
at
I
on
could
likes?
take
I'll
it
do a
a while
hype
back,
train.
actually.
You guys want to do
I
hype
mean, I
train? Let's
have
do it.
taken
Oh, you're off of it now?
Yeah, oh, yeah, completely.
Can I see? Is your hand steady or is it?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Corey Adam.
He looks like
Chat.
a finger and a ghost.
Tom
You're
C.
fucking calm down. No, it's
Live
you don't
chat.
need, once you get off
Ghost
it,
Also, we'll bury them.
once you get off anything, it takes a little while, and
All
you're
right.
fine. You just got to get over it, for a little while.
This guy who's
I'm
obsessed
fucking
with
angry
Brett
right now,
Hanley.
man.
Who
It's-
cares
it's
about
all
Brett
right.
Hanley?
Walk into a bar.
Come home.
Something.
Drunk
Someone-
Shark.
We need
999
on
Chad is wasted
drop.
watching you right now. It's kind of sad, actually. I'm not surprised. Like, we're not supposed to talk about Chad today, but I'm not surprised because Chad is an undisciplined loser, and that's why he can't stick to anything. He was gonna not drink for the whole year. Then he was gonna go to the gym. So he can sick of
Whatever.
doing this. Chad needs to be the center of attention. The fact that he's watching this is just killing him because he wants everyone to be watching. I don't even know. I know he's only happy when he's being a fucking loser. That's a fact. He's Pinkman.
Stay with me.
It was only happy when
Stay
he
with
was
me.
addicted to drugs.
We're gonna
or
find
just a
out.
complete mess. And that's your boy Chad.
He's talking about me
Yeah.
right now. I lost him.
When I first saw Pat on screen, I thought, wow, did no
Changing